Gamers, do you know what the problem is with these little drinkable microwave soup cups? All the little noodles and like carrot bits they just end up stuck in the cup, and you try to slurp them out and they don't come out because these things are designed stupidly, where there's like a small lip from the metal rim on the top, and they just don't come out, so you end up not having enough of the star-shaped pasta from your chicken and stars Campbell's soup. I should eat real soup. Yes, let me just take like 6 hours to cook up a pot of homemade chicken broth and make myself a homemade chicken noodle soup. That seems like a good use of my limited time. Very good use. I'm waving in the cat. I'm running real quick, the firmware updates. I'm using the Fujitsu, I'm sorry, the Fujitsu Lifebook to run a firmware update on the mini router, in hopes that maybe the internet will work on our ThinkPad, because that would be useful. That would be a useful feature to have on the ThinkPad. Some functioning internet. Let me take this hoodie off, it's too warm in here. But I got home at a decent time today. Little girl has at least started her nap. We will see how far that goes. We will see how long she naps for. Be nice if she napped all night for the entire stream, but we'll see. We will see. Anyway, let's not like over delay things. Let me kind of... It's at 80%. I kind of want to let the update on the router finish, and then I know it's been 2 weeks, 2 whole streams without working on the game, so I hate to kind of delay it more, but I didn't have time to work on the router. I work all week while juggling a very needy baby, you know? So it's difficult. It's very difficult. Like, I don't know what flavor of autism little girl has, but it's some flavor of it. It's one of them flavors. I should probably plug the mouse into the computer. No, I still intend to stream Fallout 3 someday. It's just a thing where I need the time to finish the mods and all that, and I haven't touched the mods I was working on since before the little girl was born, so it's a thing where it's going to be a time-consuming thing for someone who doesn't have time to begin with. So, we'll see. It'll happen, hopefully. It's not going to be a quick and easy thing. Let me plug this damn mouse in. There we go. Sorry, my computer is being a stinky. Okay, let's see. Did this finish the update? Want to get upset? No, none particular. Okay. Okay, let's refresh this and see what the mini router is doing. It claims there's an Ethernet. Why does the time zone have a little alert symbol on it? The time zone of the router differs from that of the browser. I don't care. Okay, let's see. Is the VPN set up? Might not be. Okay, so we're going to try to set up the VPN again. First, let me verify that the internet is working without it. I'm going to go to google.com. Okay, so far, with just straight through the router, it works. Now we're going to try to set up the VPN. So let's get the account number, wherever the fuck I put it. Oops. Is that it? Where the fuck is it? Once again, I hate to drag things out, but I need to get this working. Okay, so let's see. Let's enter the number. Okay. It's asking for a location. Like, for me? Oh, I get to pick a location. How about... I mean, I don't really care. How about the Netherlands? Netherlands seems fine. Okay, so is it running? There's an enable button. I don't know why that's not on by default. Enable. Client is starting. Please wait. How long do I wait? It claims to be on, so now I'm going to try Google. Google opened and it's in like Nether language. Okay, I think it's working. Let's shut this fucker down and get the ThinkPad going. Thank you, Fujitsu Lifebook. You have served your purpose for the day. Just finish your shutdown procedure. Whenever you're ready. Okay. Alright, so, theoretically, we should be able to wire this into the ThinkPad and get as much internet as this device can handle. So let's see. Let me get this ready. Ooh. Come on, ThinkPad. Oh, I just noticed a new crack on the ThinkPad. It's on the bezel of the screen now. How about that? Right. Come on, ThinkPad. Give me the juice. Should be plugged in. There we go. Alright, so it is November 1st, Jesus Christ, 2025, and it is 13 o'clock, 9 minutes and 20-something seconds. Oh boy. Got myself some miscolored water to drink. I didn't want to have more caffeine. I had a cup of coffee in the morning, and then on my way back with the little girl, I had a large cold brew. So I think I'm good on caffeine for the day. Appreciate you guys tuning in, by the way. It means a lot to me. I know I say that all the time, but I say it because I mean it.
Ding, 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 ding. Welcome to Windows 98. Why are you still using Windows 98? What is wrong with you? Stop buying computers from thrift stores, man!
Okay. Let's click my play. Well, actually, before we click and play, let's see if we can get the internet to cooperate. Theoretically, the internet should work now. Let's go to the Duck website. We did it. We did it. We did it. If this issue persists, please email us. We can't use DuckDuckGo anymore. How about Google? Hello. Okay. So we got internet. Good. Now let's bump up this, click and play. There's a new Retrozilla. Does there have to be? I don't want there to be. Hold on, let's let the game load up. What version of Retrozilla is this? Apparently I already have 2.3. So I guess we're good? I don't know. Okay. So last we left off, there's plenty of things. Okay, we were fucking around with the wingmen, and we encountered a new issue where when two different ones spawn in at once, they end up chasing the same target. Press A and S. So if I press A, one comes in. Then he fucks off. If I press S, one comes in. Then he fucks off. But if I press A and then S, the first one transforms into the second one, and they start targeting the same target point. So that means we're gonna have to redo some of our code, which is a bit stinky. It's a bit stinky, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. The cat was sitting on one of my boxes and he was just looking up in the ceiling, and I had to see what he was looking at, but there's nothing there. This looks like the Tim Robinson egg game. I don't know who Tim Robinson is. Okay, so we spawn in a path, we spawn in a target, and we spawn in a guy. We initialize the wingman. Oh god, I've forgotten basically how this entire system works. We set a target value on this guy for some reason. Or set another value here. See, the problem is I've forgotten how this code works, and Click and Play doesn't support comments. Pachuco, shut up. Do I still plan to buy a replacement ThinkPad? I don't know. I don't know. These things are too expensive. Oh man, I've completely forgotten the purpose of these alterable values. Okay, alterable value A determines which wingman should follow which target. At least when it's set on the target. It looks like it also determines which wingman should follow which path. So I think what we need is... Okay, let's think about this. Okay, two things. First thing, when an alterable value set to 0 is its initialized state, when it was just spawned in. We're probably going to... Right now, alterable value 0 we've assigned to Buster. I'm thinking what we might want to do is bump all the alterable values up by 1, so that instead of Buster being 0, you know, Binky being 1 and Stinky being 2, Buster is 1, Binky is 2, and Stinky is 3. That way 0 can represent something that has not been set yet, and it's going to be easier for us to initialize something. Or we don't have to do that at all, we can do this completely differently. Okay, so we need a, Pachuco, go away! No one cares about your whining. Look at him. Look at this little whiner. He's a whiner. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're a whiner. You whine. You are whine. Okay, go to the bed. And stay there. He's coming back. He wants to be thrown onto the bed again. Stop it! I'm not throwing you on the bed over and over. We're not playing that game right now. Okay, let's bump all the alterable values of A up by 1. It's going to be worth it in the long run, just to help us a little bit. Let's make sure there's no other parts need to be updated there. There's not. Okay. Pachuco, go away to Stink Zone! Okay, so bump these up. Make sure there's nothing else that needs to be changed. Okay, not on that line. And then these get bumped up. With this one as well. Okay, these two. Okay, and then over here, just for testing, we're gonna modify these. That's value B. I don't care about that. This one we change. Just to make sure everything still works, we're going to change our little debug button here to set the correct values. Okay, quick save, and then we're just going to verify that this is still functional after bumping all the values up by 1. Okay, so press A. Oop, a little lag as we load in. Little lag as everything loads in. There we go. Notice how the shots started to cluster from Binky during the lag? That's because the code isn't compensating for the time, and he's firing on a set time interval. So if the game starts to lag, he starts to shoot more. If this were a real game, we'd be concerned about that and do something. Okay, so they still work. So now what we need to create is a wingman generator. So let's get a, just get something to represent a wingman generator here. There we go. Okay. This is going to be our wingman generator. Store him up here just in case. And at the start of the level, we're going to make sure he gets destroyed. Alright, so. I forgot you can't insert events in the middle, it's really annoying. Alright, well, we'll deal. Okay, so let's add a new debug key. I'm pressing Z. Then we're going to try to basically redo some of this, but with this new generator. And let's see, when we create an object, what options do we have? None. I was hoping we could set the direction of the object, but that's not an option. So what I want to do is I want to avoid creating 3 wingman generators. I just want to make one. But I also want to be able to potentially create 3 wingman generators during the same frame. How do we do this? This could potentially be a stupid solution, but I have an idea for something, and I want to see if it's possible. Let's go into our test game. Let's make a new level and go in. So let's put in just an active object that we can use. There, here's a gangster. If we press right, we set his X coordinate to his... Now, I know this seems like, what the fuck am I doing? Just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. We'll get there. Okay. Y coordinate 2. And then for the final direction. I would genuinely be surprised if you knew what I was doing right now, Lucius, but don't worry about it. Okay, so let me make sure this doesn't loop. Good. It's a single tap moves him. Alright, so now I want some counters. This will be Y. And then one more counter to show something else. And then counter 1, it's going to be off on its own. So X is always going to be set to the gangster's X coordinate, and Y will always, that is Y, right? Yep. Y will always be set to the gangster's Y coordinate. So let's just make sure that works before we do anything. Okay, yep, so that's tracking. And we go 1. Good. Okay, I decide I don't want this counter. I want a string object that says even and odd. That's for X status. Another one. Even. Pachuco, shut the hell up. Odd. Pachuco, shut up! Okay, so I want to see if we can calculate this. So. If the gangster's X position how do we do this? How do we get the even and odd? Oops. We don't want to test the X position, we want to test the result of the X position. So let's always set this guy's A to his X position. How does mod work? I have no idea how mod works. Oops. I fuck up with the music a bit. Modulo. I want to determine if dividing something by 2 will give a remainder. So let's say 3 mod 2 equals 1. 2 mod 2 equals 0. 5 mod 2 equals 1. But 6 mod 2 should equal 0. So let's set A to X mod 2, and then set B to Y mod 2. So technically his A and B should be his X and Y position mod something. Let's replace this. So if value A equals 0, it should technically be even, right? But then if value A is greater than 0, it should be odd. And the same thing for B. Let's just see if this works. I'm just... Oh boy. Okay. 224 is even, 225 is odd. Even, odd, even, odd, odd, even. Okay. So now we can determine if his position is odd or even. Okay. So here's my plan. Here's my plan. Good. So click and play can determine this. So let me see if I have something in here so I can kind of explain something. Mario? I have Mario. Okay. So I'm going to explain something to you, and ZSNES is going to help us. Okay, so let me just go to a very simple world. So obviously the Super Nintendo is a pretty old computer, which means it has lots of limitations. And especially memory limitations, cartridge limitations, etc., etc. So, obviously, and everyone knows this, if you look at a Super Nintendo video game, everything is placed on a grid, right? Okay, everything's placed on a grid. You see the blocks, it's just a grid. There's 3 blocks all next to each other. So, you're limited on the Super Nintendo, which how much stuff you can have loaded in RAM, how much objects you can fit into the ROM, etc., etc. So in a game like Super Mario World, obviously, you know, a floor is going to be its own block, a block is going to be its own block, a talking box is going to be its own block. But there's certain situations where you want a few extra objects that don't necessarily need their own individual block. Or, another good example, and I don't think this stage actually shows it, but let me just get to a spot that has it. Okay, pipes. Like, pipes can be different colors in Mario World. We got the yellow pipes here. And then later in the stage, I believe we have green? No, purple? Blue, I guess. Okay, here's a good example. White and green. Now, the most logical way to set this up is in the game, in your code, you would have a green pipe object and a white pipe object. In a modern game, that's how you would do it. You have 2 separate objects. But the Super Nintendo, you're starved on RAM, you're starved on a lot of things. So to set up 2 completely different pipes of different color, just for the sake of having a visual variety, would be extremely stupid and wasteful. So what Nintendo did is they only have 1 vertical pipe object. And rather than doing something special to like have a separate object with a different color, the color of the pipe is determined by the X position of where you place the pipe. The pipe here is green because of its X position. The pipe here is white because of its X position. If you design the level wrong, you can actually put a pipe kind of like straddling between two certain X positions, and it's going to be half one color, half the other color. There's certain objects like the blocks that you hit. The content of some of these blocks is actually determined by the block's X position. Like this here that pops out the Yoshi. It only pops out the Yoshi because it was placed on this specific X position. If it was placed one to the right or one to the left, it's going to pop out something else. That way they can have blocks that pop out different kind of objects without having like 20,000 different kinds of blocks. So they're actually getting the X position of their block object and using that X position to make that object do something slightly different, either appear different or contain something different, etc., etc. And by doing that, they're able to save, save a lot of RAM, save ROM, etc., etc. So that is what I would like to do with the wingman spawner in Mother 4. So my idea, we have 3 different wingmen. Depending on where we place them is going to determine how it initializes. So right now, X and Y, we have even or odd depending on where we place it. What we can do is, if the wingman spawner was placed on an even X position with an even Y position, it can initialize a Buster. If it was placed on an odd X position with an even Y position, you can do a Binky. If it was placed anywhere on any X position at all, but with an odd Y position, it'll always spawn Brain. And by doing that, we get around having to make 3 separate objects. And we just have to make sure that we spawn the spawner according to this, the X, Y, even odd. That's what I'm going to do. What's the possible downside? You're going to have to just make sure that when you're placing them in a way that works with the spawner code. That's really it. We just have to set the values of the spawner to position mod 2. It's a little silly. We don't really have to do it. We could just have multiple objects, but I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so if the wingman's okay, well first we have to make sure it's set to its X and Y position, otherwise we're not going to be able to pull the data. So up here on the always, we're going to set the wingman spawner's multiple value A to its own X coordinate mod 2. And we're also going to set its B to its own Y coordinate mod 2. Now A and B are going to contain that. Okay, so if the wingman generator, so in order to determine that the wingman generator just came into existence, we could use alterable value C, because we're not using value C. We're only using A and B to hold the modulus of the X and Y position. So if value C equals 0, and value B, which is the Y position modulus, equals 0. If it's 0, then it's even. And value A equals 0. So we have an even X position, even Y position. Then we will spawn in Binky. Not Binky, we'll spawn in a Buster and a Target, so. Well, so actually, let's do this. We're gonna have a separate one here for if C equals 0. If C equals 0, it just got spawned in. So we're gonna create. Do we want the spawner to generate them? We'll try it and see what happens. Okay. We'll create a wingman relative to the generator. Center of the generator. And we'll also create a target on the center of the generator. We're not going to create a path because there can be multiple different paths. So when we spawn the generator, we want to make sure we're also spawning a path over it. Okay, so we spawn in those two guys, and then we set value CE to 1, which means we finish the initialization. So next, if value C we want to change it. Is A and B enough? Let's see how it is right now. So if A and B equals 0, that should be a Buster. So if A and B equals 0 and it is overlapping a wingman, then we will change that wingman's animation to Buster. If A and B equals 0 and it's overlapping a target, and we will set target's value A to 1, which is for Buster. Okay. Just getting this all right in my head. We're also going to, unfortunately, have to have an event for each of our paths. Which is going to be pretty damn annoying if we have, depending on how many paths we have. So is there something we can do? No, it's going to have to be like, well, let me think about this. With setting the wingman, it's only going to be 3 events. That's fine. Setting the wingman target, it could only be 3 events as well. But for each path, the way we're doing it right now, it means each path is going to also need 3 events, which I'd rather it not have 3 events. I'd rather each path have 1 event. Okay, I'm processing this in my mind. So value C of the wingman generator equals 0 at spawn. What if we use that to set it to what number wingman it should be, and we pass that onto any path it overlaps with? So C equals 0. Let's do it this way. If C equals 0, and A and B equals 0, then we're going to set C to 1. If C equals 0, A is greater than 0, and B equals 0, we'll set C to 2, which is for Binky. Then, if C equals 0, and B is greater than 0, we set it to 3 for Brain. So now, multiple value C should equal which guy it's trying to spawn in. So with that, this second event here, we can also do something about if Wingman Generator is overlapping the target, and target's ultimate value A equals 0, let's just set the target's ultimate value A to the Wingman Generator's ultimate value C. So it should inherit that value from it. Okay. So then we'll do another one for each of these path types. Theoretically, that should set those to whatever it needs to be, without an overload of events. Okay. Okay. We also want to destroy the generator after it's done its job. So how about if the Wingman Generator is overlapping a Wingman target, the Wingman target's value A is greater than 0. And also it's overlapping... No, this should be okay. We don't need to do a double check, because this, we're positioning it after these. And as long as we shove all of the path setting above this event, I think it's going to be okay. If it's overlapping a target, and the target has already had its value set, let's destroy the generator. I have no idea if this is going to work. This is a lot of code we're shoving in here. Anxious about this. Okay. We press A. Let me drag this down here, and we're going to adjust it to fit what we're doing. So, starting with this. So, we want it to be even. So, we're going to do 340 and 504, which will be even. 340, 504, 340, 504. One thing we lose is being able to position the target ourselves, but I feel like that's worth losing. We can always look back at it later if we want to. What's the position? 345.04. Oh boy. So that's if we press Z. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now he's not shooting bullets because we didn't consider that, but he did come in. Okay, so the real test is to set up another guy as well. So far it's working. We want to set up another guy as well, so let's do this, but for the next guy, which is going to be Binky. Right? Oh, this part can just be copied. This is the part that needs the extra one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely over-engineering this. Like, this does not need to be this complicated. I'm way over-engineering this. I want this Press Z event to be down here, so I can just more easily fuck with it. Okay, do another one for X. Is that all it spawns in? No, it also spawns. No, that is all spawns in. Okay. And we'll do another one of these. 686-270. So that should be 271 to make it odd. Six, 271. Okay, we're going to try them both one at a time, and then we're going to try them overlapping. So first, the first one. Okay, next one. Don't do that to Arthur. Okay, and then one, and then we're going to spawn another one. I think that's working. Don't do that to each other. Alright, so like I said, it's over-engineered. It's very over-engineered, but it did work. It's working. Gamers, I have to pee. I have to pee. Let me take a quick pee. Let me take a quick pee. Pee super quick. My ZS and ES is broken. Let me take a quick pee-pee. Ooh. Okay. Alright. I'm back. I don't know why these cavemen are doing this. It's really fucked up. Okay, so that very over-engineered solution, but it'll do something. I want to do something about making them come in with the, kind of stinks that we can't manually position the target, because we discovered that if you put the target somewhere else, that he'll start following that before it gets to the... I don't even remember. Anyway, yeah, we need a solution for them shooting. Because if B equals 1, they shoot every so often. So let's try this. I have an idea. I have an idea. So I believe this is the code that sets them to a animation. Yeah. So, what I'm curious to know is, will it detect that these guys are playing the stopped animation? Or is that not going to work? And I'm going to test that by doing this. If the timer is greater than once, then let's do 5 seconds just to be safe. And a wingman animation is playing... Oops, wrong part. And the wingman is playing stopped, which should mean he hasn't been set yet. So, timer's greater than 5 seconds, and then wingman is playing stopped. Then we're going to end the game. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll start. We'll wait approximately 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to spawn in a wingman. Theoretically, when they spawn in, there's going to be at least one frame where they're playing the stopped animation. Unless this does that glitch where if you don't specifically tell it to play a stopped animation, it doesn't play it, which is very possible. See? Yep, it doesn't do it. That's annoying. I want to be able to detect when the spawned wingman is uninitialized. We're already using all their alterable values, except maybe C, but what if we need C later, you know? I want to waste C. Damn, if only this worked. Or if we could say when it's not playing an animation. Okay, how can we do this? How can we set that alterable value B on him? I want to do it without using a new active object. See, I'm being picky about this now. I'm being picky about it now. I want to do this in like an over-engineered way, which I shouldn't, but I do. How about this? If wingman is overlapping a target and target value equals 0, which should only happen when it's just been initialized. And let's position this before we set the target's value. It should be up here. Okay, so theoretically, if this works, if we wait 5 seconds, then spawn in a wingman, the game should end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if this works, if I spawn in a wingman, the game should close. It did not. Fuck. Why, though? Really feel like that should work. God, I wish I wasn't being so picky about this. Okay, let's be logical about this. For each wingman, we're using alterable value A to do something in relation to its speed for how it follows the target. I don't know exactly what anymore, because it's been so long, but we're doing something in regards to how it follows the target. We're using alterable value B of the wingman for whether or not it should shoot. So logically, if I'm just trying to figure out a way to make him shoot, we can probably utilize B if we need to set something. When he spawns in, it's going to equal 0. If it equals 1, we want him to shoot. Is there a way we can initialize this and also have him not shoot? Let's try this. So, what happens when we press Z? Which one? Is it the one from the bottom? It's the one from the bottom. Why 2 of them come in? I don't understand why 2 of them came in at that point. That's a little concerning. But I'm going to ignore it because it only happened once. What? I think it has to do with the objects we have off screen here not disappearing yet. That's probably it. But no, we're destroying them. Huh. That's a little okay, yeah, it's definitely when something hasn't been destroyed yet, but I have it set to destroy everything at the start of the frame. Or the level. Maybe this is running because it's taking more than one frame to destroy it. If he's here, that should be 0, 0. But that won't make a difference. Could just be careful not to spawn in anybody too early. I'm sure that'll work. Yeah, we'll just be careful about how we spawn things in and wait a few seconds before we start spawning people in. Okay, so here's what I want to do. In addition to this, we're going to create an object. We're going to create a shot at 3:45:04. So there's a bullet being created there as well. Okay. So if Wingman's ultimate value B equals 0, which means he's just initialized, and Wingman is overlapping a bullet, then let's set Wingman's ultimate value B to 1. And also destroy the bullet. So right now he should come in shooting. Okay, that part's fine. Then if I create the other guy, he should not come in shooting. Okay, that seems fine. But one thing I don't want is I don't want the possibility of, like, if I spawn something up above the screen, I don't want the possibility of our shots overlap. But I guess that won't be an issue, because we'll just make it so if the shots are too high up, they don't exist anymore. I overthought this severely. I way overthought this. My whole concern was shooting the bullet going off screen and changing how the Wingman spawns in. That was my entire concern, and I'm just realizing now I over-fucking-thought this to hell. Well, that's my bad. That's way my bad. I, like, sat here and way over-fucking-thought it. Ugh, I feel like an idiot. Well, there you go, that fixes that. Oh, Lord. I still can't believe we spent so long. Okay, no, I know what happened there. I know what happened there. Our logic here is bad. Because watch. We spawn in the one that doesn't shoot. And then I shoot him. Now he starts shooting. Because we have not considered that once you're on screen, you're still vulnerable to this. So, if Wingman is in the play area and alt pro value B equals 0, then we're going to set Wingman's alterable value B to -1. That way he's no longer able to have his status changed. Yep, see? Now he's not changing to a shooter. Solved. So I wasn't completely overthinking it. I was not completely overthinking it. Now let me try to press Z and X at the same time. Good. We're getting this now. Okay, so how many events... Let me save real quick. How many events does each path need? How many unique events, rather? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not so bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not the worst. Let me get rid of this old A and S keys, which are doing it the old way to spawn them in. Okay. We have a relatively stable, more or less, wingman spawning system. So, now that we have internet, let's see if we can access some kind of image search engine. Is DuckDuckGo really not working? That kind of sucks. What a dumb thing. What about Google Images? Sort of. Okay. We need icons for the players, for the characters in the little text box. So we need to find some good images. Arthur's gonna be the hardest one to find because his results are gonna be kind of generic. Let's start with Buster instead. I do like with the sunglasses, but I don't know if that might be too cool. I don't like this right here. I don't know if that's supposed to be Buster, but I don't like that. The Buster plush? Let's keep looking before we make a decision. Okay, the helmet that doesn't protect your ears, that's another one we saw. Why is Buster lighting up? Do we want this one? This one we want? This might be the one we want. Make his eyes red? Maybe. Hold on. Do we have to make his eyes red? Oh boy, this is so dumb. Damn it. Okay, what size is this box? 64 by 64 with a 1 pixel border. So we're gonna have to take this into Photoshop so that we can properly resize it. Oh boy. By 64. Okay, and we want to reduce the colors down to 256. No, not 3 colors. I mean 8 colors. Okay. Oops, I forgot to change the type. Okay. Oh god, he's so dark. That's not good. Hold on. Let's brighten him up. Want to do something more with him? I don't know what else we can do. Where's the brightness? Levels, contrast, brightness. Here we go. Is anything happening? Nothing happened. Oh, I only had one pixel selected. I really only want his fur to be brightened up. Hold on. Because everything else was fine. He looks sickly and yellow. Oh no. Okay, let's just manually make him white. Oh god. There we go. Oh, he looks horrible, which is, I guess, exactly what we wanted. Okay, let's give him a border. What was their... Hold on. All the wingmen had their own, border color. Let me look up what they were. Okay, Falco was blue, Peppy was red, and Slippy was green. Okay, who do we want slot into each spot? Do we want Buster to be the Falco? Because if so, he's gonna get a blue. Like that. Oh. My mouse has decided to be a fucker. Oh, there we go. Okay. Where's the hot spot on this? Just in the corner. That's easy. Okay. Okay, so that's Buster's icon. Now, let's try to find one for, Binky. I like the cool look here, but let's see what we can get. I like the Alistair cookie over here, but it's also not what we want. This guy over here is trying way too hard. This is disgusting, and we won't be doing that. This is kind of... What is this? Well, it's on Reddit, so it's gonna tell me, no, you are using VPN. Oh, no, it's actually kind of working. Kind of working. I just wanted to see what the hell was going on here with Arthur. And this, like, this babe. Oh, well. Let's see. Did you know that Binky is a lumbersexual now? Forgot him with the steroid bike man. I forgot all about that. there no good images of Binky doing something kind of weird or kind of stinky? Like, I just want Binky in a slight... that's kind of weird, but that joint-like marker would not be visible if we focus on his head, so that's probably not what we want. Does he have a peanut allergy? Arthur Binky, peanut allergy. He doesn't look particularly bothered. He does not look particularly allergic in these images. Let's keep going. Darn. Binky's just not funny enough of a character. We have him here as, like, Secret Service, but we kind of foregoed the shades with Buster. Why isn't Binky funny? Like, why isn't Binky funny? What is this, like, fanfiction, porno shit right here? Oops. Is that the end of Stinky Binky? Damn it. Could we really not find anything for Binky? Like, really? Did I miss something? Binky is surprisingly boring. You know? He's surprisingly boring. Maybe we'll skip over him and do the brain for now. Plenty of good shit for the brain that we saw. Search PB. Okay, hold on, let me try this. Binky PBS stop and go. God damn it, Google. Like what, this? Him covered in cum? This browser is not supported. Tap to use a supported browser. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Gamers, it's not working. I'm tapping it and nothing's happening. The rest of these results are very bog standard. Okay, Let's look for the brain. God, this space bar. Okay, there's this classic one of him looking just done with everything. Here he looks very not friendly, but I don't know how good that could be for our purpose. He looks absolutely sinister. I'm pretty sure this is edited. Otherwise, I would have used it. Like, I'm pretty sure they dragged all his eyes and nose down here to make it funnier for Twitter.com. So we're not going to use that one. This could be our Arthur. Now we're getting a bunch of weirdos here. Why is it showing me like these sick children? What's going on? Arthur, Binky. Please, funny, help. This is surprisingly difficult. We got really lucky with Buster. We got like really lucky with Buster. Shut up. Why can't Binky be funny? Do something funny, Binky! Do anything funny! Why does Arthur have egg on head? Is Binky just too real of a character? Like, is Binky just too authentic to be funny? Is that the problem we're having? Like, he's just too genuine? I think that's the problem we're having. That might genuinely be the problem. I'm pretty sure that's the problem. This is frustrating. This is very frustrating. This should not be this difficult. It just should not be this difficult. It should be a simple thing. It should be very simple. Okay. Get this down to size. There we go. Index his colors. See how fucked he gets in this palette here. Let's make sure this is 256. It is. Somehow the colors here came out significantly better than the colors in Buster. Okay, I'm assuming we want the brain to be Slippy because he's the brain. Okay, now, we need to solve the Binky problem. Arthur Binky kills a man. Here's Binky. There we go. Perfect. Alright. No, this is Binky. Make him yellow? We can do that. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Where's the yellow? Oops, too yellow. Or not enough yellow, actually. Have to bring his brightness down a bit. He's too bright. Oops, not like that. That's just how it's gonna be. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get this. Hold on. We're gonna figure this out. some contrast. Oh, not that contrast. There we go. Okay, and he's gonna get the red icon, which I guess makes him peppy, which is kind of weird, but that's just what we're doing. That's just what we're doing. There. Now all of them have icons except we need Arthur, so let's see. The problem is if you just search Arthur, you're going to get a lot of very generic stuff. What I really want... Did I forget to flip Binky? I guess I did. There we go. We get a lot of very generic stuff. We just search Arthur, because he's the name of the whole show. Let's just search for what we want. It's him. This ever loads. Why did Polygon have to have an article about an episode of Arthur? What was the point? Okay. Oops. Okay, hold on. We actually want to go back to RGB color, then resize him. And then make him indexed. That should be a little better. There. There, and now we have a few icons for the text box. So that's a start. as some kind of start. Oh boy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very worried that I'm falling into the Simpsons stage trap of spending too much on back-end stuff and not just, you know, making it work. But yeah. 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 Let's close out of that. Okay. So at this point, let's take a quick tally what we have. We have movement, you know, player mechanics. We have the concept of an enemy, which, you know, shouldn't be that hard to flesh out. We have wingmen. And we have a placeholder for the text box. We need to implement a life counter.
Tasty.
Which will be simple. But then at that point, we can basically just start the level then, right? Like, it's really not that hard after that. Right? Like, we're basically there. Yeah, this can be our life icon. This can be our lives icon. This is gonna be our lives icon. Oops. Just get a few more blue bits. I'll probably be fine. There's still some blue bits there, but it doesn't really matter. Oops. There we go. aliasing. Obviously, I should have fixed this in Photoshop, but we're already here. Just a quick trimming of the worser parts of the aliasing. There we go. There we go. It's a little large, but there shouldn't be too much going on up there. You can always shrink it down a little bit. That's a lot better, I think. Yeah, that's reasonable. That doesn't take up too much space. Good. We also have to decide what the McChicken is going to be for this stage. We know they're out to find the thing, but the thing is the end goal, not what they're running into throughout the stage. So we gotta figure that out. Library cards, blunts. Did I save? Let me save. Why would they find Sega Dreamcasts? What does Sega Dreamcast have to do with Arthur? Submarine sandwiches. My dog is my dogs are barking. That's good. Okay, let's save that. And go ahead and get this out of the way. Okay. We're not going to get much more done today.
Goodbye, stupid. We've had a lot of fun on your crappy computer. Please don't ever come back.
There we go. Whew. Okay, so we did not get much visibly done today, but you know, we ironed out the whole wingman system, which was important. Set up the lives icon. We got a few of the text box icons. Okay, so next stream, let's implement the text system. So we could just, have the text box display something whenever. And then maybe start implementing the first, make the enemy killable. And then we can actually start to implement what the stage is going to be. We know it's underwater to start with, at least. Then we got to figure out who the enemies are going to be, what the collectibles are going to be, and get the whole stage going. So, read what question? What question am I supposed to read? Have I ever played Kingpin Life of Crime on PC? No, I have not. Okay, yep, so that's stuff we gotta do next weekend, so hopefully that goes well. Anyway, yeah. Tuesday, 10 o'clock, so long as the baby cooperates, we're gonna take another crack at Resident Evil 3. Friday, 9 o'clock, more Tomb Raider 3. And fingers crossed, next Saturday we do more work on this bitch right here, the click and play. Alright, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me. Just thanks for showing up to this over and over and over. Really do appreciate it. Alright, I'm going to go and, I'm going to go and, rub various chocolates on my teeth until I can't have teeth anymore. Not specifically for that purpose, I just know that's going to be the result, and that's just how it is. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just where that goes. It's just where it goes.